Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the FearFans podcast. I'm your host, Don Elmy. With me is Jeremy York, head of Things Network, and with me is Nick Muley. Here we have Joe, and we have Nikki. So, yes. So tonight we are responding to a fan request by one of my subscribers, Billy Mounge, and that is to cover what is arguably the best thing of the Scooby-Doo franchise, and it's Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. And let me catch up with the comments here. Nightman, good to see you. Hey, Santi. Hey, Billy. Yep. Hey, here's who requested this, Billy.
Hey, Billy.
So, yeah, it just took a few minutes to get the podcast going. Sorry about that. But, hey, we're better late than never. So, she's Alejandra. Good to see you. How's it going?
Took us a whole week to get here.
I know.
I
know. Terrible storms. Knocking out our Wi-Fi last time we were here, but glad that we're on.
Chantel's here in the house.
Oh, hey, Chantel.
Hey, Chantel.
Hope you're doing okay.
Yes. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, message me, Chantel.
Yeah, same here. Want to get updates.
Oh yeah, totally, for sure. And so, yeah, like I remember when this movie was released on VHS. I believe, this was one of those movies that was straight to video. I believe that's what a lot of Scooby-Doo movies were. And like either released straight to video or premiered on like Cartoon Network or something like that.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
When it first came out, it aired on. I'm sure you remember this, Don, with a nostalgic feel. I think that was back when Cartoon Network used to have Cartoon Theater back in the day. I think it actually came out on Halloween of 1999, so about 25 years ago now.
Actually, it was 1998. I remember.
Well, it was probably produced in 98, but it didn't come out till 99.
98.
Oh, it was 98? I thought it was 99 for some reason.
98, yeah, September 22nd.
Oh, that was 1998. Oh, here, we got someone new. JoJo 1996. Just discovered the guy's channel. I love the podcast commentary and talks. Oh, hey, really appreciate you, JoJo.
Thank you.
Let's see. This movie terrified me when I was little. Yes, I was 6 years old when this came out. I remember first picking it up at Blockbuster, it was October, of 1998. And funny thing happened when I was picking it up. I was like, I was gonna get that movie for sure, but I was looking at other movies that I wanted to see after that one. I was looking at Universal monster movies like Dracula, The Wolfman, Frankenstein, and because this is when I was just starting, getting into horror after seeing Jaws. And there was this employee work there. Thinking back to that, I think she was in high school, maybe college age, but. Yeah, she saw that I had that in my hand. And she was like, "Oh, you're getting the new Scooby-Doo movie?" Like she was talking to me because I was 6 years old. She was talking to me like you would to a little kid. And I told her, I am getting this because I'm also looking at movies that I want to see after this, like Dracula and let's see, Wolfman, and because I just saw Jaws last year, and what was that? Yeah, is that you, Nikki?
I don't know what that is.
I have no idea. My mic's gone.
Oh, well, yeah. Anyway, so she was like, I told her that I was really into this horror, and she was just like, "Aren't you scared at all by this?" And I said, "No, I love these movies." And like 6-year-old is into horror. That wasn't very common back then. And I told her, like, I'm also looking at these other movies like Alien, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, and one day I'm going to see all of them. And she like giggled at that. She was like, "Wow, you are so cute." Yeah, even like 6-year-old me has not changed in regards to my love for film.
You're getting there. It's 3:30 a.m. over in South Africa, so not sure how long I'll be awake, but wanted to say hi, Lee. So we always appreciate it, Chantel.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. My first horror movie was Evil Dead. Oh, nice. That's pretty crazy horror one. That's a crazy one to start with. I didn't watch that one until I was 10. But Scooby-Doo. That was dark. Thinking back to that, because come to think of it, this movie, this is like a time where Scooby-Doo actually had people dying.
Yeah. What's also interesting too, it's not necessarily the dark theme of it, but I should throw it in anyway. What's also is more interesting about Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island was it was the first Scooby-Doo film of any kind that was actually filmed by was created by Warner Brothers instead of the particular Hanna-Barbera company. I mean, even though the logo is still added at the end of the film, this was the first one outside of Hanna-Barbera to be made, which probably might have gave a reason why, not necessarily, but in some way may have given that darker theme to it because it was being made by a different company this time.
Right, that's true. Yeah, and Cartoon Network and Ted Turner we had to thank for 2 years after Time Warner bought. Yeah, that's right. And yeah, it was owned by a different company. That's why it was handed over to Warner Brothers.
Even though it was a different company and they modernized the whole Scooby genre for this thing still was very much nostalgic and respectful to the original series.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh yes, the original series started way back in 1969, and it's like even though the original series has ended in like for has been done for like decades now, there have been so many different spin-offs, shows, and let's see, animated movies, live action movies to keep the franchise going. But if there's one thing that we could all universal wise that we can all agree with, the new show Velma sucks.
Well, one other thing I got to point out too, which I'm sure you know this too, Don, about Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, was this film was also dedicated to Don Messick, because I think that was right around the time when he passed. I think that was when he passed away. It was either didn't he pass somewhere passed away sometime in the late 90s?
Yes, I believe he did.
Yeah, this film was dedicated in his death, so it was in some way, paying homage to like the original voice of Scooby-Doo.
That's right. And speaking of death, there was a voice actress who played Daphne in this, Mary Kay Bergman. She died just shortly after this film was released, and she had taken her own life, which I thought was
really.
Yeah, I was very shocked when I learned this, and
I didn't know about that. She took her own life.
Yeah, she shot herself, and I was shocked by this because she was doing great success with voice acting for not only this but also other shows like South Park. She did a lot of voices of the girls in South Park. Like she was the original voice of Wendy. She was the voice of Cartman's mom. All sorts of people.
Why did she kill herself?
I have no idea.
It says right here that she suffered from bipolar and anxiety disorders.
How old was she when she died?
I don't think she was that old.
Was 38.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
She's still a very young person.
Well, so basically, suffered from the same thing like Robin Williams was suffering from, and some of the others. And
yeah, it's something that's not easy to overcome.
Yeah.
Right.
If you need help,
Even if you have a lot of, even if
you don't really overcome it, you gotta beat those battles every day.
That's true.
Yeah,
and it also
says, I live with that kind of thing. And
it also says
it's not an easy task.
From that, her mother was also diagnosed with cancer, so she had that to deal with on top of all the other things.
My God,
that's kind of the sad part about this whole thing, is that even if you have a lot of success in your life, like with this, with a successful career, that's not always going to prevent you from having, these unfortunate thoughts, like feeling sad, or, if you're going through a depression or something like that, it's not going to stop it. And that's not. That's kind of the unfortunate side for some of these, well-known celebrities or people who are, successfully involved in whether it's film, animation, music, books, whatever. It affects everybody.
Yes. And it says right here that the day that she died, she contributed to a radio program celebrating Disney's 45th anniversary.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. So she did something work-wise that morning, and then it says that she was the last known to be alive at 9 p.m.
Jeez. It's just really sad to know that, again, she still had her whole life ahead of her. But again, what can you – most people don't even see it coming, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yep. And let's see. Let me catch up to the comments here. Yes, and Billy is saying that she also votes Daphne in this, along with the Witch's Ghost, Scooby-Doo Project, and Alien Invaders. I remember all those ones.
Amanda.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're
Amanda wants your hat, Joe.
I mean,
He wrote this.
I hear that a lot.
oh man, but here. I believe Kate is going to be joining us soon, but yeah, Jill may or may not because here.
This is Chris Binder. He was on us last night with Golf It, and of course he also does marks on wrestling.
How you doing, Chris?
Thought I'd offer him to come on.
Okay. Good to meet you.
Good.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah, well, it's very nice to meet you.
Very nice. Oh, I've never met you before, Don. That's right.
Yeah, this is your first time meeting Don. So yeah, Chris, this is Don. Don, this is Chris.
Hey,
Hi,
Chris.
Don. Glad to meet you finally.
The first time on the show?
I've never been.
This is his first time coming on this show.
Yep. And please, if you
Considering again, since he's been doing a lot of shows with us, I thought I'd offer if he wanted to come on to this one.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Hey, Sarah's back. Sarah Yusa.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely long time no see.
Hey, Sarah.
Yeah,
Good to have you on.
time.
Yep. Oh, here, what's
Hey, if
this?
you need someone to talk to, Lifeline is 988 in the US.
Yeah, I saw that, Nikki. What you were saying, you want me to read it out loud, or
Yeah, go for it.
okay? So, I think it's always, and I like what you wrote too, Nikki, because considering that we've been talking about people who've had suicidal issues even with their success. Of course, for anybody out there, what Nikki said was anyone out there that does have suicidal thoughts, definitely please call 988 for USA Lifeline. They can help you for it.
Yes.
And also in Australia, it's 13 11 14 for Lifeline, and they're open 24/7. So please.
Yes.
Here. We're discussing Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Yes, and here I wanted to bring this up. Billy does address an interesting fact here. During this era, they also did Cartoon Network shows like Dexter's Lab, staple of my childhood.
Yep.
Let's see, Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, Powerpuff Girls. Oh man,
That was basically the last. That was Hanna-Barbera's last decade. That was literally like the last gash of animated series before Hanna-Barbera discontinued in 2001.
that's right. And here, Sandy. Yeah, you're right. This is the second animated movie that we covered. Nightmare Before Christmas was the first.
True.
Actually, real animated, because the Nightmare Before Christmas is animated, but that was more claymation, if you will. This is like the first real.
I don't know if I would consider Nightmare on Elm Street animated.
No, Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's been a long day, so yeah.
I get it.
All good.
Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm not so sure I would classify that as animated, simply because it was really stop motion.
Claymation.
When I think animation, I think of cartoons or something like that.
Well, and that's what I meant too. Is that in a way, Nightmare Before Christmas does obviously have like some animation to it, but it's not necessarily a full cartoon like you would see with this one. It was, like you said, Jeremy, stop motion, claymation in a way. They used all different types of effects for that one. So yeah, this would probably be the real first like cartoon related film.
Yeah.
Oh, here.
Nikki's having a lot of problems.
Oh yeah.
It's because of the rain over there. So yeah, I was just talking. Oh, she's back. Yeah, I was just talking with her a few minutes ago about that.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, good.
It's okay.
Here. Caesar says, to this day, I feel bad for Simone and Simone and Lena. These were like the main villains of this film, who turned out to be werecats. Like, you ever seen the Stephen King movie Sleepwalkers? It's a lot like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in some way they borrowed some of that in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. For the most part, they did, with one exception. The whole weakness to cats. When in this movie, they're keeping cats as pets.
That's right.
I think it's supposed to also, because I looked at some of the trivia, I think it may have something to do also with giving that I guess, ominous sign that there's something strange going on. It's not just cats or something like that. There's something far more obviously dangerous and deadlier and much more of a bigger threat than they are.
Yes.
Well, you know
course
how
you
it
say
is every time you have the story about the old crazy cat lady.
Yeah. It's like in The Simpsons.
Yeah, the cat lady from The Simpsons. You just read my mind.
Yeah.
And then, yeah,
So, instead of draining the life force out like Lena or Simone, whichever she is, she's not throwing cats like the other one is.
Yeah.
And Mark Hamill has a voice in this too.
He
Yes,
does.
he does.
There's a long list of famous voice actors in this. There's Mark Hamill voicing this fisherman snakebite Scruggs, I believe his name is. Yeah.
Yes.
After a catfish. And yeah, there's let's see. Oh yeah. Not to mention Frank Welker.
I was gonna say, let's not forget Frank Welker, of course.
Yep. And also, and also surprisingly, Adrienne Barbeau as Simone.
Right.
Oh, and also, who else was in it too? I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think Tara Strong, I think, was also in it. Basically, to me, it was one of those films that was grabbing a lot of the well-known voice actors that were, that were voice acting a lot of these different animated shows that were popular at the time. So it was like, in some way, not necessarily, but kind of like an ensemble voice acting cast.
It was. Yeah, Frank Welker. I mean, need I say more? I mean, he's been doing voices for decades now in cartoons, and like one of his most notable was Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget.
Yep.
Whoa! I didn't know that too. It was.
He's been doing it since 1967, and still doing it to this day.
Yeah,
and he's from Colorado. That makes him even better.
Yeah.
Dr. Claw, where it's just like, I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I think what's my favorite role with Frank Welker. There's so many of them. I'm gonna have to.
It was Dark Side.
Wait, Tara Strong voiced her? Oh my God, Tara Strong.
Well, that's what I said. She's in it.
Yeah, she's one of my favorite voice actresses of all time. She's done all sorts of voices for Cartoon Network.
And Nickelodeon.
She's amazing.
She's incredible.
She even managed to make a guest appearance. If only Tom was here. She even made a voice guest appearance on Rick and Morty.
Yep. And one of my favorite characters.
Where is Tom?
Oh yeah, he's hopefully he'll be soon. Hopefully
for that particular Rick and Morty.
Yep. Let's see. Loved Inspector Gadget. Oh yeah. That's
every morning.
Yeah, that's right. Billy West played Shaggy in this. Billy West, who would go on to play Fry in Futurama.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which was just a year before.
This was a year before they found Matt Lillard, and I didn't think that Billy did as bad. He still kind of had the sound of Shaggy, but you could tell that it wasn't the Shaggy that we all grew up with.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's true. And let's see, there was also one big voice in this. Jim Cummings, who played Jacques, who was like the ferry driver. Jim Cummings has done all sorts of, ever since the 80s, he's done all kinds of voices. One of the most notable is ever since 1983, he's been the voice of Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's him?
Yep. Yeah.
Could have fooled me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could go over like all the different voices he's done over the years, but we'd be here all night.
That'd be a show in of itself, literally.
I believe he's also the voice of Tigger as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, we got all night, so
that's true. Don't forget, Tom, you don't have any shows now after you.
Oh yeah, learn something new every day. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
now there is a misconception about this movie that I've heard many times over the years. I don't know if any of you guys have heard it. I have read so many times that this Scooby-Doo is the first to use like actual ghosts, actual monsters in this thing, and it's not so. They have had 3 other films back in I know 2 in the 80s. I don't know when the other one was.
I think it might have been the 70s.
It might have been. And they also had a TV series in the 70s, literally, where they're looking for the 13 ghosts.
The 13
Yeah.
ghosts. Flim flam.
You know, it's funny you brought that up, Jeremy, because when I was looking through I was looking at the trivia earlier today on IMDb about this film, and that was one of the first things that showed up. So you just you read my mind.
Oh yeah,
Mythbuster.
oh yeah. And Caesar is asking here, who is your favorite character from Scooby-Doo? Yeah, I'm sure. Here, let's allow each one of us to answer this. So me, I have two favorites, Shaggy and Scooby. I mean, can't go wrong with those guys. I mean, I just love the running gags that they have, and also that one running gag that I always found questionable is how the way they eat all the time. I'm just thinking, how is Shaggy eating out like 400 pounds by now?
I'll answer that for you.
They are a couple times in this movie.
Yeah, and they're constantly eating. Like the big running gag of this movie is that they're always like challenging each other to eat the hot pepper that was made on the island.
That's right.
Yeah, and knowing good and well that it's always going to be the same reaction. Them running and trying to relieve themselves of the heat. And
See, I'm surprised they are. No, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Oh.
No, I don't want to say it. Well, I was going to say something, but no, I don't want to offend anybody watching.
One of my favorite pieces in this film.
Always got the munchies.
And Shaggy are doing the hot pepper challenge, and Scooby takes in the hot pepper, but he doesn't blow up like Shaggy does, and then he just.
Yeah.
To me, that's one of the best parts of this show.
Oh yeah, I mean, me personally, I cannot handle any like spicy foods. Like you look at that, it's like
I'm the opposite. I love spicy food.
It's like, I mean, you look at that that show on YouTube called Hot Ones, where it has like all these different celebrities who are trying like
they go from mild to hot and hotter.
And there've been a long list of people who've been on it, like Conan O'Brien, Will Ferrell, Jennifer Lawrence, Scarlett Johansson, and even Gordon Ramsay, who works with food for a living, had a hard time with it. But the one person who impressed me on that show was Jenna Ortega. She took all of those hot wings like a champ. Like, yeah,
she's like
Jenna Ortega. She handled all the hot wings like it was nothing.
No,
he's a strong kid, that's for sure.
Stronger than me.
I got some 6.6 million, whatever it's called, for a hot sauce, whatever they measure it by, Scoville unit hot sauce.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. I ate that stuff, and I was like Shaggy. I was like,
it's enjoyable to. I can't do this.
Right? Yeah, it came in a pack of like 5 different, so you kind of did the hot ones challenge.
Right.
And on the last one, we were all kind of like,
yeah,
no.
I love it when these people think that water is going to help them.
Yeah, and water don't help.
You gotta have milk.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you guys.
Peanut butter helps.
Since you brought that up, Joe, I was under this common misconception. It wasn't only until recently I discovered when you eat hot food, like spicy food, I always thought for the longest time you were always supposed to just constantly drink like cold water and ice. I never knew you had to drink milk.
No, milk? The water will make it worse.
Eat bread.
What?
Eat bread, drink milk, eat sugar. I know the remedies.
Peanut butter.
Eat bread.
Bread.
Wait, why eat bread? I never heard of that. Why eat bread?
It's something that's in the bread that suppresses blood.
It's like a starch sugar.
Yeah.
Oh well, just like whoever said it earlier. Looks like I learned something new. So
I learned all of that at a young age. My dad was an evil man.
I know.
My dad was an evil man. I'll tell you what, that son of a bitch came up with those peppers, right? He started out with one, he ate it, and he's like, here, try this. So, nothing happens to the old man, so you try it, right? And he says, like, all right, now try this one. And I think we got up to what was called a ghost pepper.
Yeah.
Oh, the ghost peppers, yeah.
And it didn't faze him at all.
Oh man, you know what's even worse than that? The Carolina.
He's like, oh, you better go drink some water. You better go drink some water. And the more water I drank, the harder he laughed.
Yeah. You know what's worse than ghost pepper? Carolina Reaper pepper, over 2 million on the skull.
Well, I know there's I know there was peppers worse than that, but I mean,
I'll come to Chicago and bring that sauce for you, Nick.
What?
My dad was kind of mean in that way, but he wasn't that mean to go that far.
I'll come to Chicago and I'll bring that for you. I'll bring that sauce for you.
Well, Don's in Chicago too, but yeah, just bring it to me because he won't.
And I'll bring that cake too.
Spicy stuff.
Oh yeah,
I'll bring you the coconut cake too.
Not only.
But as far as I'm concerned, as far as bread, I mean, just like what Sarah said earlier, I learned something.
Only 2 million.
I didn't say only. She misheard me. I didn't say only. I said over. It's like 2.5 million.
Wow.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Who are your favorite characters in Scooby-Doo? I wanted to make sure, like everybody said.
2.6. I like Scrappy.
He's not in this movie.
Not in the movie, but they just said character.
In the universe, I meant. Not just in the, but in the universe.
Oh, okay.
Before he became the little asshole, you know.
He's definitely a little asshole, all right, but he's a little asshole.
Yeah, I was only 2 when that movie came out.
Man, what's my favorite?
I do have to say this. I found it kind of surprising that they ended up using Scrappy as the ultimate villain in the Scooby-Doo live action.
Yep.
I saw that when I was 10.
Well, and you know what's funny is that he was originally supposed to be in Zombie Island, but the producers rejected it, which I'm actually glad they rejected it, because I think if they added him in, I think it would have taken away the. I think it would have taken away the seriousness of the film. It wouldn't be as. So honestly,
the movie.
Yeah, I think really it would have. I think he would in some way it would have ridiculed the film.
Well,
so I'm glad that he was omitted from it.
Yeah,
it was like to me. I mean, I've been watching Scooby-Doo since I was a little kid. You know, I mean that was only made. What'd you say it was? 69?
1998.
I was already 2 years old, so I grew up literally watching Scooby-Doo. It was a big part of our Saturday morning cartoon.
Yep.
You know, and I loved it. I had no idea. And I mean, I loved the way you always caught Scooby and Shaggy sitting there trying to find a way to find more food.
Right.
I loved
always.
They were my favorite characters for that reason. You know, and as I got older, I realized that they were basically, because of the era the cartoon was made, they were a couple of stoners.
They were.
Yeah.
You had a van full of hippies, and those two were the stoners.
I was going to say this was made 1969. I mean, it was the year when Woodstock was going on. Hippies were all over the place. So yeah, that's kind of
so it made sense why they ate like they did, because they constantly had the munchies.
Yeah,
he was modeled after what, Maynard Krebs or whatever his name was.
Right. And I was just thinking about that, and I'm just laughing at the irony how they ended up working in this movie as airport security personnel looking for contraband. Where
right.
Well, that's why it was so
pretty
funny.
good.
That's why it worked, and it was so funny.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of
you're fired.
Yeah, I mean it's the kind of
we just lost the best job we ever had, Scoob.
Yeah. I just like how that's
it's like, nah, we were just thinking of taking some time off.
Has there ever been this makes me wonder, has there ever been a job in any part of the franchise in which Shaggy and Scooby ever actually kept a job for once?
Nope.
That's the only time they've ever been shown actually having a job.
Right.
Yeah, they probably got fired probably like what was like the first day or two, whatever. It's been a long time.
The profits.
Yeah. And
I mean, would you hire him to work at McDonald's?
Right. And, yeah, I just love how the whole airport job thing is the kind of joke that kids wouldn't get unless they really thought, because adults get because they think, oh, they were stoners, so working in an airport, that's like as looking for contraband. That's irony.
That's funny.
You look at a lot of
that one of them would have been working at the malt shop that they're at all the time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really surprised that they
I remember those.
that they don't do that.
You look at a lot of the cartoons and stuff from back then, okay? And
The Undersea Ghost, JoJo.
they had a lot of like hidden meanings and stuff like that because of the era they were made. Cartoons back then weren't made so much for kids, believe
No,
it or
they
not.
weren't.
They were made for the adults.
Right.
It was,
Yep.
and that was, in my opinion, and Don, you would agree with me on this, and not just for Scooby-Doo too.
Right.
You know, and you just don't. Again, it's another one of those things that you just don't see anymore. In my opinion, I think that type of era, even though it continued into the 90s too for myself and Don, I think that pretty much ended by around the early mid 2000s, like probably around 2004, because it was after then that's when they really started making a lot of changes to cartoons and making them focus specifically on just kids. Before that, prior to 2004, it still kept that family feel to it for both kids and adult audiences.
Keep in mind, back then they were able to get away with a whole lot more stuff ever.
Right. Exactly.
They still were able to.
The other day, I was over at Dad's house and he's watching Sanford and Son. And
Yes.
I watched one episode and I'm thinking, holy shit, there's no way they'd be able to get away.
Well, look at Archie Bunker. There's no way they'd get away with an Archie Bunker today.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I was going to
Jeffersons.
Well,
Here's
that's what
the
I was
other
gonna
thing
say,
about
too.
that animated world.
Well, and that's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna say was
The biggest.
Go
Go ahead,
ahead,
Nick.
go ahead, Joe. Go on.
I was gonna say the biggest offenders of that really got away with a lot were Sid and Marty Krofft.
Yeah.
No, yeah, totally.
I was gonna say the thing is too is that even for our generation growing up with it, you know, during this golden age, that behavior in some way, shape, or form did continue. Of course, not as huge as it did, you know, prior to the 80s and the 70s and beyond, but still, they were still able to do some of those crazy things even throughout the 90s and early 2000s. So.
There's a way of tackling certain topics now where you can disguise it as something else, but the message is still there.
Exactly. Well, and you know what? I'll even bring up a quick example. Don, you mentioned about different cartoons that were made during that same era, like, you know, from Hanna-Barbera. The very last series they made, undoubtedly, was the show Powerpuff Girls.
That's
and
right.
I've actually watched a few. I actually watched a few moments of it, and when I look at it now, I didn't think about it back when I was a young kid, but I was thinking to myself, like, I mean, it's like, yeah, your typical superhero show, but I kind of forgot how really violent it was. Like, holy cow! Like, they actually moved war in it.
It was, yeah.
Oh man.
But here, I wanted to bring this up. Oh, here, Kate.
Hey, what's up, Kate?
Hey, Kate.
Good to see
How
you.
is everyone? Hi. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Yep.
I've been listening.
Oh,
That's good.
I'm caught up.
Is your phone charged?
It is 98%.
Did you ever get that phone charger?
I didn't know. I've still got the slap it on.
Well, since you're playing a game tonight, I'm sure that you'll be able to hold on to your charge a lot better.
Oh man,
Don, we need you to play golf with us at least.
I need to. I got to. I really got to.
Even I played.
Yeah, Chris made his debut on that last night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I saw your score, Chris. You weren't doing very well.
You go play then.
It's harder than it looks.
Oh, here.
Yeah, you're
Billy's
still
saying-
having fun in the end. That's all that matters.
It was fun.
Here, Nick. Billy's saying, don't forget about the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest.
Space Ghost.
No, I'm talking about cartoons from the
Herculoids.
90s. That was back in the 60s that was made.
Oh, yeah.
That's an old one, Johnny Quest.
They made new ones like in the 80s or 90s or something too.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah, it was. I don't remember what it was officially
You're
called, but it
making
was
me
a short-lived
feel old.
90s version of it. It was
Yeah.
actually, I think, back when Toonami first started.
The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest or something like that. Or
I don't remember what
Do
it
you
was.
I
remember
don't either.
Super Ted? Was there such thing as Super Ted?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, okay. You said it was like catching up on the show. Like,
Oh yeah, I love Hot Ones.
Yeah, we were
It's
just
a good
talking about.
show.
Oh yes, we were talking about that earlier about how because we were discussing how one of the running gags of this movie was Shaggy and Scooby, like who were challenge each other to eat the hot peppers that were grown on that island, knowing good and well that the end result is always the same.
I mean, and I was just saying, if that was me doing it, because I love spicy food, I wouldn't mind it, honestly.
I don't.
Now I gotta learn to drink milk and eat bread.
Me, I just can't do it. And I will say, on the hot ones, Jenna Ortega is stronger than me when it comes to spicy food, because she was like down those wings like it was nothing. And I was just like, whoa, she's superhuman. She's got to be.
I'm probably stronger than you, Don.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and I don't think she drank
Oil and water
anything.
don't mix.
Oh,
The pepper, the stuff that causes you the heat is all in the oils.
So just
Peppers.
Yep.
The oil
Oh yeah,
and water
Sarah, that's
don't mix.
right. But they're so
That's
expensive.
why a
They're
lot of
like
makeup.
they're like
true.
$150. They're like
True.
really expensive.
But I got a lot of home remedies for spicy foods. You just drink milk, eat sugar, have bread. Yeah, so.
I love what Josh just said. It's me sitting on a toilet for days.
Oh my
You know what? Hot spicy food, that is an excellent cleanser.
Wait, what?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, ice cream's another one.
Ice cream's another?
Yeah.
Because it's like dairy. It's a dairy product.
It's milk. It's made with milk.
No, that's true. It's a dairy product. So, yeah.
It's another thing I can't have.
You can't
Damn
have
it.
ice cream?
No.
Lactose intolerant.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I gotcha. Oh, we're
Well, I can tell you a few things about ice cream that you may not necessarily like, but I won't say that on the live show. At least not.
Jacques is the only one. Oh.
Yeah, he is, because the whole motive of the villains in this movie was immortality and also revenge, and like anybody who, because they were driven, because Simone and Lena were driven from their home like 200 years prior to the events of this film, from pirates, and so they prayed to their cat god and became werecats, like in Sleepwalkers. Yeah.
I looked up on the trivia about that. It's believed, because obviously, considering, like you just said, considering it was taking place took place 200 years beforehand, that obviously means that it took place in 1798, and that was during I think it was when. Well, I'll have to come back to that because I got to look it up.
Right.
But they made a good point about that flashback.
Yeah, they did. And
Yeah, I'll come back.
a lot of people were saying that flashback was tragic, but Caesar saying that Jacques, that ferry boat driver who turned out to be a werecat, didn't really have much of a motive other than just being immortal.
Yeah.
But let's see, what was I gonna say?
I really like that transition that he had more so than the other two. It just seems so shocking because all of a sudden his eyes were all white and everything just came out all at once.
Yep.
That's correct.
So-
yeah.
Oh yeah, so they had to lure people to the island to drain their life force. So technically, people have this is a Scooby-Doo movie where people actually have died.
That's what I was about to say. This was the first one in which people are actually killed in this film.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's pretty dark.
In other words, more, or let's just say, murdered in a way.
I did like the dark direction that they went with this, but still kept it to where kids can still watch it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they can throw in like murder and also drug references like airport contraband.
Here's an interesting fact here.
As far as Stephen King's threatening to sue these guys, as far as I know, no, they haven't.
No.
No.
Now,
Just
the
no.
one time that he did sue against a movie was The Lawnmower Man, but that's a completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
So here, check this out. I don't know if you know this, Don. The
Mhm.
film's lead villain, Simone Lenoir, who becomes a cat creature, is actually named after the actress Simone Simon, who starred in Cat People in 1942 as Irina, a woman who transforms into a panther when her anger is aroused.
I saw.
I've seen Cat People. It's a creepy film.
It's
Don't
good.
make her mad. You won't like her when she's mad.
Yeah, it's good, and so is the remake from the 80s.
Well, at that time when Cat People came out in 1942, obviously during the World War II era, it was one of the first movies where, again, has that classic example of what you don't see is more horrifying than what you do see, especially that bus sequence. Like just when you think that person is about to get attacked by this cat person, but you find out it's only the bus, but it makes that noise. It scared the hell out of a lot of people in theaters.
Are you saying a jump scare, Nick?
It was one of the first jump scares. Oh, yeah. And one other thing. Don, I didn't tell you yet. Well, actually, no, I already have told you. Never mind. This is the guy who was responsible for creating those jump scares for me when Jeremy and I were in Colorado.
That's how Chris and I became such good friends.
Huh?
That's how we became friends.
Oh man!
Oh man! Let's see. Do you picture this as a? Can you picture a crossover between? Oh yeah.
Didn't they do one?
They did actually. It was with Velma. Oh no! I'm thinking of Johnny Bravo.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They did. That was Johnny Bravo. Yeah. 97. Just a year before the movie. 97.
Yeah. They did a crossover with they do like crossovers like in so many crossovers, it's insane. Like they did a crossover with Courage the Cowardly Dog, which that's what was. Let's see, but I think one that was kind of like it came off as kind of desperate was when they crossed over with WWE.
I love that one.
Wait a minute!
You triggered the wrestling and Jeremy down.
Three of us here.
And Joe and Chris.
That was. I thought that was kind of funny, but there was a reason. There was a big reason they did that, though.
Money.
Yep. But it was also to get another fan base for WWE or WWF at the time, because at the time they were WWF still.
Nikki said her phone's about to die.
It wasn't.
I just thought
they did it with the Flintstones and they did the Jetsons.
Yeah.
That's right.
But Scooby had a lot of over the years. I mean, Scooby. I don't know how long it ran from the 60s on.
Lots of crossovers.
There was so many. I mean, you had Batman and Robin on there, and then it was, and that was Adam West and Burt Ward.
That's right.
The Globetrotters, and they had
the original
Don
from when I was a kid.
Don Knotts, yes.
Globetrotters.
They did.
Not that superhero crap where one of them looked like spaghetti.
Was a great,
Right. Oh, yes, I remember that.
Did Family Guy ever do a crossover with Scooby-Doo?
I don't believe so.
I don't think
Not
so.
on purpose.
Not deliberately.
That'd be interesting.
Multi-universe. Yeah, that's right.
Multiverse.
It is a multiverse.
So here's what I was
Scooby-Doo and Scream?
But I think that was a Hanna-Barbera thing because the Flintstones had crossovers and, all those Hanna-Barbera cartoons seem to have a lot of...
Yeah, there's a great one out there with the Flintstones and the Jetsons doing a crossover.
Well, and also, I think it was made in association with Hanna-Barbera. I don't know if it was made after the company closed down. And this was it, but funny enough, it was more related for teenagers and adults instead of kids. Was sure you remember this, Don?
That's right, Billy.
You remember Birdman?
I love that episode of Supernatural.
Do you remember Do you remember, Don, that series called Birdman Attorney on Adult Swim? Do you remember that?
Harvey Birdman, yeah.
Harvey Birdman, yeah, attorney, yeah. In that one, even though it's more for older audiences, they bring a lot of these Hanna-Barbera characters together in kind of like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit kind of way. Like they bring all these different characters that were made by the company, and Scooby-Doo was even featured. They even show clips of the old shows.
They did.
Space Coast, Coast to Coast.
Wasn't there a sighting of Scooby-Doo in one of the Space Jam movies?
Yeah.
That's right. They actually used several of the Hanna-Barbera characters in that movie too.
Yeah, the new one, right?
The new one, yeah.
The new one, yeah. Not the old one, yeah.
I want to say it was one or the other. I'm not real sure, but I'm pretty sure there was a Scooby-Doo character in one of Space Jams.
Yeah, the new one.
It might have been the new one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really glad that Billy brought up the whole crossover with Supernatural. They did such a great job on that one. Now I want to see a Scooby-Doo movie in the Stephen King universe.
Oh, jeez.
The Shining?
No, think about it. Scooby-Doo meets Cujo.
Okay.
Oh,
That would be a no-winning battle. Cujo would kill.
Cujo would kill him.
Cujo would slaughter everybody.
Those two potheads would be dead in a second.
Everyone dies.
You know, I was just thinking, all the places, all the years, all the cartoons, Scooby-Doo has probably been the one that's been shown up in a lot of different places over the years,
Nikki's back.
because that one of those Jay and Silent Bob movies
Oh my
had
God.
kind of a Scooby-Doo reference as well, including the Mystery Machine.
Yeah, it does. It does. That's right.
And I can't
Wait,
remember
what?
which one it was. I think
Wait.
Strikes Back. I think
Wait,
it was
wait.
Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
Yep.
Hey, go back
Exactly.
to
Yep.
the second, by the way. I just want to see. It's looking cool. Like Johnny Bravo would be cool eating KFC. Like, what are you talking about, Santiago? Damn, I don't know what that means.
Well,
You should.
first of all,
They did
you
Dumb and
want
Dumber?
something different than KFC. You want like Famous Recipe, or you want Church's Chicken? Don't go to KFC.
I don't know what he's talking about. Honestly, I don't know what has that got to do with. I don't know what's that got.
I think he just wants to tell you that you look cool, Nick. Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty
the
much.
cool part- I mean, the cool part I appreciate, but I don't know what it's got to do with KFC.
You don't look relaxed like you did playing golf last night.
We're wearing the same jumper, dude.
I truly
What?
care-
Wait, what, Nikki? So,
This here
We're wearing the same
is
top.
absolutely the
that's right.
Scooby-Doo
We are.
Oh my god.
She's wearing a white collar just like I am. My jacket.
Yeah. Who wore it better?
Nikki.
Again, learn something new every day. Who would have known?
From the future.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
I know
God.
things.
So here's something. Here's what I was going to tell you, Don. You know that flashback sequence that we were talking about.
Yeah.
So this is actually a little history lesson for you guys. This is from what I learned on the trivia facts. So that time when those pirates were coming in, if you us like the real history, like 200 years ago.
Yeah.
This won't take long. So in the 18th century, Louisiana was a colony of France from 1699 until the French and Indian War. Under the Treaty of Fontainebleau in 1762, France seceded Louisiana to Spain, who held it until 1800 when France brought it back, only to sell it in 1803 to the United States of America. The pirates of New Orleans remained a problem for the Americans as late as around 1820, as Simone Lenoir and Lena Dupree are both French names and both have French accents. Moonscar's raid likely took place under French jurisdiction, which explains why the pirates showed up. Might have been a possible explanation why they were so, I guess you could say, violent and intrusive, because it was under French control.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
Well, let's see here. What was the name of that ship? Do you guys remember?
It was called what was that name?
I hate
I'm
pirates.
looking for it now.
Hey, Leon. Good to see you, man.
Here, I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
See if I can find it. You said the ship's name?
Yeah, the ship's name. Because it was revealed when Velma took that spatula and started
Hailstorm.
tearing off the drywall.
Maelstrom.
paint.
Maelstrom, yeah. That's what it was called. The ship of pirate Morgan Moonscar and his crew.
Or give me money.
Is that
Is on the ship.
a name? Is that a French?
Morgan Moonscar, the lead pirate.
Yeah.
Best pirate ever, dodgeball.
As in like Captain Morgan. I just got it.
Yeah,
That's a good pirate too.
He is one of the best.
yeah, but it sounds French to me in some way.
Sounds plausible.
I don't speak French. I may have part ancestry of it, but I really don't know.
What sounds French? What sounds French?
Maelstrom. Is that a French name or?
I don't know.
I think
It
Kate's
actually
looking
means
it, looks like
something.
Kate's looking it up next.
Maelstrom, a powerful whirlpool in a sea or river,
Oh,
or a situation of state of confused movement or violent turmoil. Couldn't talk for a second. Sorry.
And it's really quite funny how Fred and Daphne are always trying to make sense out of everything that's happening on the island. I'm sure there's a logical explanation or something like this. And even Velma, who is the most skeptical person out of the whole bunch, when she was levitating, she's like, no wires here.
You know what also is
and it's
interesting?
with the zombie's head off.
So
Yeah.
maelstrom can also mean like a confused situation
Yeah.
as well as turbulence.
I didn't see that.
Whirlpools, vortex. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I think you're right, Nick.
Yeah, it sounds French.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you also brought up something else. You know what's also interesting about this, in case I'm sure we probably never even noticed, like at the early part of the film where everybody really had, stopped doing their mystery ventures and they go their separate ways. If you think about it, Fred and Daphne, when they were going around using but that show that they were making, in some way, shape, or form, they said that they were still checking out places that were purportedly haunted. So in some way, shape, or form, it's like kind of giving an actual partial paranormal side to the film.
That's
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. That's
Yeah.
exactly what they were doing. They were coming up with their own sort of like series for the paranormal before like Ghost Hunters came out.
Yeah.
Yep.
In a way,
It's
like
Dutch in origin. The
in a
word is
way, it
Dutch
was
in
kinda
origin.
well, in a way, if you kind of look at it carefully, also with the original series from 1969, to me, it was almost in some way kind of like a parody, even though there weren't that many paranormal shows back then. Still, it was kind of like a parody in some way for the early paranormal investigators in those days. But in this case, with Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, it was probably the first time again where it took actually on a more serious role than your typical comedic role from decades past.
And it was a nice little callback to Ghostbusters Part 2.
That's correct. That's correct.
That's right.
With Velma owning the occult bookshop.
Yep. That too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too.
Yeah. True.
Did anybody notice about the Fred and Daphne comment? At the beginning when they're like rolling down that hill and they're like hanging on the cliff and Fred's got like both of the girls, and then like the monster comes down. He lets go of Velma. He's like, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's hold of Daphne.
Gotta make the choice.
Oh yeah, that's right. You'd rather sacrifice the person who he's not romantically involved with,
Right? So Maelstrom is Dutch in origin, Nick.
Oh, it is Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch.
I thought it
yeah.
was French.
Hey, your on-air sign is turned on finally.
Nice.
Oh, yep.
Don's on-air sign is turned on.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh yeah, it's been on this whole time.
Yeah, well, I just
Back in just a second.
that is putting out.
Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh,
Iron Man, yeah, I had that right here.
Marvel Iron Man. Okay.
I've got all sorts of movies here.
Now,
No, Kate Cup was Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man is the best. Let's see, Hex Girls was the best. Oh yeah, I remember those. I remember them, which is
For the Hex Girls.
yeah, they came back for a couple more movies since then.
Yep.
Which I'm glad they
For
did.
real? Oh here, Nick disappeared into his files. Yeah, that happens sometimes.
No comment.
Yeah.
I could just imagine Nick like going like looking through his files.
Old style.
Wait. Let me do that
His
real
fingers.
quick. Just want to see how it looks like. Give me 1 second here, because that just gave me an idea. Hang on 1 second.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
jeez.
What are we doing there?
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if that actually looks good, but
I am not even going to ask what you were trying to do with that.
I was trying
Kind
to
of
look through
weird,
the
but
files,
it's
like
cool.
what Kate was just saying.
Kind of weird.
You know what we need for Nick
You
here
know what?
is he a moving background where he's got a whole bunch of little critters coming after him, and then when he lays back enough, he disappears into those critters.
Ooh.
I'm fine
Like
with that, but it's
cockroaches.
not. I'm just gonna say I'm fine with that, but it's sure as hell not gonna be cockroaches.
It'd be better if it was.
No one.
Yeah, it would be.
Yep.
I already have a whole bunch of golf balls coming on me.
And then, just so you know, we just sent a whole crate full of cockroaches to your address.
Yeah, and I just got it and I burned it.
I'm bringing back cake, Nick.
I got it. So
John, what's his address?
Isn't it true that cockroaches scream when you put them on
yeah.
the fire?
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
What was that, Kate? You froze there for a sec. What was that?
Cockroaches scream when you throw them on the fire.
And they can survive a nuclear bomb, apparently.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know
So
the
they
answer
scream
makes-
at you first. They're like,
I didn't know they
what the hell?
That's what it sounds like anyway, yeah.
JoJo knows what's up.
Flying cockroaches
Jojo,
are the worst.
Oh yeah, JoJo. We've actually covered Creep Show like way back. That was in the I believe the 10th episode of FearFans podcast. We covered
That
Creep
was one
Show.
of the first.
Way back in the archives for sure.
That was before my time.
Yeah, we covered Creep Show and like cockroaches. That one was one of the scariest. But I also loved the crate one. That one was good.
That one was the longest one too.
I think
Yeah.
Caesar asked us when we're reacting to the video, but we're not reacting to the.
Oh yes, I saw that. It's listed. I was gonna respond to that. No, we're not reacting to the movie. We're just talking about it on the podcast.
Yeah,
we
copyright issues.
copyright issues. Correct.
Oh boy. I can't believe I did this, but I just decided to look up your question, Kate.
What was my question?
It's true, huh?
Scream.
Do cockroaches?
Okay, let's-
Screaming, yeah.
I'm only going to read just a. Well, that's not that one. Cockroaches do not have vocal cords with the ability to produce sounds like mammals do. When you held the cockroach like over a burner, for example, and heard a squealing sound, it was likely not the cockroach wailing in pain. Instead, the sound may have been caused by the physical reaction of the cockroach to the heat.
Yeah.
Could be, yeah. Oh, here, let's see.
Gross.
Yeah, that's why I hate them.
I love these B-type horror movies growing up as a kid. Oh yeah, I loved B horror, and I loved the B horror. I love classic horror.
All horror.
How cool would it be if cockroaches did have vocal cords, though?
Oh,
You could just
God.
have like a little conversation.
Isn't that a
with them.
scary movie that can star Nick, right?
Is we want Nick. We want
Nick. We can do a zombie cockroach attacking Nick.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go get myself a job as a bug exterminator.
What kind of voice would they have, though? Like, would they
Nick,
have
what's the
kind of,
address?
like Godfather voice?
I'm the voice man. So.
I'll never tell.
Maybe they would have like a Herbert voice.
That was sweet. Oh, my
Hey,
God.
Nick, you like Billy?
Yeah, who would have a Herbert voice? Be like, "Hey, Nick."
No, they sound like Nick Cage.
Oh, wait, yeah, they would sound like Nicolas Cage, like, "Hey, Nick, check us out. We promise not to infest your house."
I'm watching you.
Nicolas Cage.
Oh, here, John, not just Velma. But, yeah, Billy keeps telling me there's sequel to this, like Return to Zombie Island. That's terrible.
Roaches.
I've never seen Return.
Nah, me neither.
I've never seen
And
it.
I've heard it's bad.
I don't have plans to do
Scoob
so.
wasn't good either.
I like Scoob.
No, but I can tell you this, Nick. Stay as far away from Velma as possible. Just stay away from that show. It's not even worth a single episode.
Is it because of the roaches?
It is
It
because the characters are completely unlikable. The story is a joke. Seriously, don't even bother.
But
The
yes,
roaches.
Really, don't bother. They just stay away.
Uh-oh.
Can I just say, when are they going to make a live action Scooby-Doo?
They did.
I
They
know
already did.
that they already did one, but like a new one because
a
everybody's
new
doing
one?
a new one.
Well,
Yeah.
they did make more of them that were live action, but they were straight to video.
Oh, I didn't see that. I only saw the one that was in cinema.
I've seen two of them.
I stayed away from Velma ever since I heard about it. Oh yeah. Hey, Caesar, I will tell you this. I only watched one episode from the first season, and that's all I needed to see. Just that. That told me everything I needed to know.
That's enough.
There she is, right there.
Velma. Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's right below you.
I thought you put it in me. Then I'm like, what?
If I want to see Mindy Kaling, I will watch The Office, a far better show in every way.
The Office is good.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Whoa, wait. Wait a minute. You've never seen The Office?
No.
Get out of here. Go. Get out.
Have you seen Superstore?
I wouldn't mind
Yes.
seeing a modern remake of Ghoul School.
Yeah.
You know what? There's actually, it's funny you brought that up. That movie, Ghoul School, Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, they actually were considering originally making a standalone film on that with those characters from the film itself, standalone sequel. But unfortunately, those plans never got through. Although they did 2 years ago, made a comic out of it. So they eventually did get their standalone story.
Can I ask, how old do we think the group are? Like, because from the 1998 cartoon, like, as a kid, you're like, oh, they're like adults, they're probably like middle-aged. What age do we actually think Velma, Daphne, Fred?
They always seem to be referred to as teenagers, so I'm going to be guessing about 18.
I was thinking a little older because, especially in this, I thought they looked older in this film. In my opinion, they looked more.
Yeah.
Well, considering that they had jobs too, I would probably say maybe somewhere in their mid-20s.
He did, Jojo.
Yep.
Early 20s.
Santiago, why do you keep saying this? I look like Johnny Bravo, and you're associating with me. It's not making any sense.
I don't think they over the years. I don't think they've aged much, and I think considering that it was made in the 60s when Scooby-Doo was concepted, I still think those guys are like late teens, very early 20s at the most.
Wow, you don't see them going around in hoodies and tracksuits.
No.
Fair. I don't think what we just said here.
If they did it today, maybe.
Yeah, but they still look like they still had them in them clothes. They still look like
teenagers.
They were right out of the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah.
I just think that they look older. I thought they were in their mid-20s at least.
In this movie, Nick?
No, Scooby-Doo in Zombie Island.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, this one they did look older.
But see, they don't really look older because they're animated and then they keep making them the same way. You know, I mean, maybe somebody different making the animations, but they stay true to the original forms.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they have one where they were like kids, like 8-year-olds or something, like in elementary school?
Yeah, I could say the same thing about Ash and Pokemon. You know, like how he just stays 10 throughout the whole show.
Or Bart Simpson.
Bart Simpson, I was about to say.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
How long has that been running?
Boy, what show?
Longer than Nick's been alive.
Wait, what show are we talking about?
The Simpsons.
Oh,
How
that's
many
the one
seasons
since
now?
1987.
Bart's still 9 years old or 10 years old and still going to school?
Well, I was going to
after
say
20-something years?
Yeah, 10.
35 years.
30 years.
It's 1980. Well, the pilots were 1987, but the official show didn't start until 89. So, yeah, 35 years.
As far as I know, they have only celebrated one birthday on that show, and that was
three.
That's right.
Who?
Ash, Bart, and cockroaches around forever.
And Keith Richards.
And Keith Richards. Yep.
Oh man. Maybe they had that guy that was a killer of the corn.
Corn. You know what? Because I know we got.
Oh my god.
Malachi.
All right, I know what's gonna happen now.
I do too. Beef sticks.
No,
Come on, Nick,
no,
get your
beef
corn
sticks
out.
this time.
Get your corn background
Get your
out.
corn
There we go. The universe is aligned.
what we
There you
need
go.
are cockroach sticks.
I don't eat cockroach sticks. I'm good. I
You
don't
wouldn't
need
even
any of
know.
that. I'm good.
You need that extra protein, Nick.
No, I don't. I got it. I got the corn right here. That's enough protein.
Chocolate covered cockroaches.
No,
He wouldn't-
no,
You
I'm
don't even
good.
know.
He wouldn't even know.
Yeah,
No, I'm good. I'm
chocolate
good.
covered. You
I
wouldn't
was
even
corny.
know.
That was
I would-
corny. Ba-bum.
I would scrape it to see what's underneath that chocolate. To see, let's see what's really underneath that.
Oh
Just
my
like when they're trying to
I think
unmask all
chocolate's
these
crunchy
villains.
because it's got cockroaches in it.
Cockroaches love corn. Yes, they do.
They don't. They don't live in
And
cornfields.
I
They
like
live in human
chocolate too.
houses.
They eat everything.
Now,
Yep.
okay, getting back to Scooby-Doo on Zombie
Thank you,
Island.
John, Jeremy.
If they ever did a spin-off, I would love to see an origin story with Morgan Moonsky.
Oh
I could do
yeah,
Halloween.
yeah.
I could do Velma for Halloween. I just need a wig.
I actually did see someone dress up as Velma. In fact, not the series, but a few years back. Actually, I think Don. I think you might have been with us.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, damn it, Joe. Joe, excuse me, not you,
Joe.
Joe.
Oh, man.
Wait a
Damn
minute,
it,
isn't that more for dog food though?
Probably.
I thought I heard.
I remember that show. Bob and Scooby-Doo.
Me too.
I remember that when I was little.
I've got the
What
whole-
about Scooby-Dum?
I remember that character, too. Yes.
What I was gonna say was, I think you were with us several years back, Don. But I remember you went to SoCon with us, and I think we saw someone who dressed up as Velma. That was there, like for the event itself. Obviously, this was back in 2017 before that Velma series was made. But I think we saw a few people dress up as some of the characters, and yeah, the one I saw the most was the one who dressed up as Velma, and she actually did a good job dressed up. So
yeah, I saw.
if you could do it, then you could probably do it too, Kate.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
I saw all sorts of people dressed up. I did a vlog while I was there, and I made this gag where it made it look like I was being shot by Boba Fett.
That's right. I remember that.
I know of, and this, Scooby-Doo was so popular that there's even people out there, and I know of 3 of them here in Wisconsin that are close by me. I pass one almost every time we go out, the Mystery Machine.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Oh
There's a van about the right size, about the right area of a van. They go out and get it, and they customize it and paint it. And I've seen some really fantastic ones, and there's 3 of them really close by me. And I'd like to get my hands on the one that never moves.
Right?
Oh, it's so
I'm sure it
iconic.
moves because it doesn't look like it. I think they cover it in the wintertime because I don't see it in the wintertime. But
There are 3 extra ones in Colorado Springs.
Oh, you're in Wisconsin too, JoJo?
Oh, cool.
Nice. Yeah, I'm coming up to Wisconsin over the weekend.
Nick's going to the corn.
You're going to Wisconsin this weekend?
Yes, I am. It's my
Where
favorite.
you
Look at Nick.
Way up north to my family's lake house.
Hey, stop by Joe's place.
Yeah.
Where up north you going?
Here, I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you guys heard because I was kind of.
Walking to
Alexa.
corn.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you guys heard because of all the, but yeah, I'm going up north to my family's lake house.
Where up
Cool.
north? Don?
Where?
I'm kind of jealous.
What town?
What town? Let's see. It's a small town. Like I don't want to not say like live on here, but yeah, it's way up north.
Yeah,
It's way on
after the show.
Tell me after, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes,
Yeah.
I will.
That's cool.
But I'm heading up there, going with my uncle and my cousins, and we're gonna be fishing.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
good reason to go north.
Do you have to have a license there to fish?
Lot of
Do I have a
great
license?
fish
Yeah, I'm
out
getting one.
north.
Okay. I didn't know if you did it. I know here for like any kind of fishing, even to think about it, you gotta.
Be careful in them lakes. Oh yeah, hey, I have lots of experience with being in that water, so I know how that is. Like yeah, being on that water, I know like there are risks, and I do always do my best to avoid them. So
Watch
I'm
out for
good.
the Loch Ness monster.
There's risk on every water.
Hey,
But
hey,
there's great fishing way up north.
Dom's like Don is like H2O when he gets wet. He's like becomes a merman and he's He's like, yeah, living his best life.
Yeah,
I think that was Australian, that show, Nikki.
I think so.
H2O.
I think so. Yeah,
Sorry. Yes, it is. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And somebody mentioned Loch Ness monster. Yeah, there's no monster in that lake. We've said that we've swum across that lake, like onto the other side. Yeah, we've done it. Or to the other side, under that town.
Cool. Oh, you're in Wisconsin, huh? Oh, you're going to Wisconsin. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Look at Nick. Here he comes.
Oh,
here's the corn.
Coming out of the corn.
Hey, Jenny.
Hey, Jenny. Good to see you.
Yeah. Guys, you're not going to believe this. I just found this on Facebook. But all this talk about my corn background, I just got an invite on Facebook. I just got this invite on Facebook, and I had to accept it. You know, this page
Nick
I wrote what it was called? Cryptids of the Corn Podcast.
Of course.
Perfect name for you to be involved in, Nick.
Yep.
And
I gotta share that picture to them.
Oh, here. After Scooby-Doo, head over to multiple copycat shows following. Yeah, that's right, including. Yeah, that's true.
Just in the Pussycats. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Jabberjaw.
Yeah.
Speed Buggy.
All these different series in the 70s.
Yeah, I remember all of those.
I remember Speed Buggy.
Let's see. There where you vanished through the corn of the cob.
I just got accepted into the Cryptids of the Corn podcast.
Yep. You got accepted by He Who Walks Behind the Rose.
No, Don. I got a confession to make. I am He Who Walks Behind the Rose.
He who eats beef sticks. And runs from cockroaches.
No cockroaches allowed.
Yes,
I said runs from cockroaches.
That's it. I put them in my Bible. I banished them.
Nope.
He who banishes cockroaches.
Yep, that's right. That's me.
He uses corn water.
Corn water. Ew.
I use the corn sticks against them.
The corn of the cob against them. Oh man, those goes right after. Yeah, that's true.
Josie, yeah.
That's true.
Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah, it's like thinking back to thinking about cartoons and what they're like today. It's like they'll never make anything as good from any of our childhoods.
No, they
I don't
won't.
think so. Never.
I mean, look at Coco Melon. What is that?
Never.
Oh yeah, my nephew loves that. He's he's 3 years old and he's watched them and
Don't get it.
I don't get
Now,
it.
come on, Paw Patrol. Come on, y'all. Come on.
Oh,
What was
yeah.
going to be the 70s?
Baby
Nothing
Shark.
was like the 70s and the 80s TV and cartoon.
Yeah.
Super Friends, hand down.
Oh,
Super
They'll never
Friends,
match
hand down.
Any of it. They'll never match any of it.
Yeah, I know.
They come out with this Barney, Teletubby crap and all of this.
God.
I mean, we grew up with stuff like the Electric Company. I mean, Sesame Street was around for a long time, but then you had shows like Captain Kangaroo. In Chicago, they had Ray Rayner,
Yep.
Bozo the Clown.
We have Blinky the Clown.
And now you got this Blues
We had
Clues. And
What was the one with the
Purple
rainbow?
Dinosaur.
Oh, Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow. That was
Reading
another
Rainbow.
classic.
Yeah,
And
I
then you
remember
had
Wishbone.
Easy Reader back then.
I really liked Wishbone.
Yeah, I watched that when I was little. I watched Blue's
Oh.
Clues when I was a little kid. I watched.
And not to mention the stuff that did I'm Just a Bill.
Schoolhouse Rock.
my god!
Wait,
Schoolhouse Rock, yeah.
What about
Primer?
Primer?
I was just thinking of another show, and this is one that's still on.
What is that one where everybody's dressed up as a crayon?
I
Is it what?
A crayon. They're all
Crayon.
Crayon.
I don't remember dressed up as crayons. They're
I thought
dressed
you
up
said a
normal-
Klingon.
I don't know what you
Cleon.
a week ago with the one.
Star Trek was a cartoon too.
I don't.
That's how it's like.
That was not Schoolhouse Rock.
Well, it's
No.
like some of the shit my kids watched. It's like they must have been smoking something a lot worse than pot. Because who the hell came up with Bananas and Pajamas.
Oh my!
Yeah,
Oh
really.
yeah.
And, I was just thinking of another old show, and it's still running. It's still running to this day, but it's
Sorry.
terrible now.
I'm on a roll here with some of this old shit.
I was just thinking of another
Right.
show. This one, this actually came out in
Wow,
the 80s,
Bernie.
and it's still running
Teletubbies.
today, but it sucks. And Kate, you might. Well, this actually was a show originally from the UK. Thomas and Friends back.
Oh my
Oh
god!
yeah, Thomas the Tank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that which was great for its, which I still
It's still bad.
I love
I
it.
still
With the
consider the
little
first.
face.
I still consider to this day the first.
Smurfs.
Well, I still consider
Smarts and Smarts.
I still consider the first 2 seasons the best because Ringo
I
Starr
like
created them.
the
So
Yeah.
had these big, they had all. That's the thing too. One other thing to point out too, with all these shows we're talking about, and even for these shows that were made for toddlers back in the day, in the late '60s, '70s, '80s, '90s, and early 2000s, for some reason, and you don't see this anymore either, is that even though these were pointed for much younger audiences, you had all these big names that showed up basically that
Yeah.
took part in these shows, and you just don't see it anymore. And I often wondered why. I mean, I thought maybe they just needed the job. I don't know what it was, but it was really awesome to see a lot of these
What's
big
the one
names on
that
these
George
kids
Carlin
shows.
did?
Huh?
Tommy,
He was a conductor.
Tommy, and
Yeah.
it was Tommy the Train or something like that. Tommy something.
Thomas.
Thomas.
Thomas,
Thomas
yeah.
Tank.
the Tank.
Yeah.
Thomas the Train.
Thomas the
Yeah.
Tank Engine.
Yes.
Which, by the way, is now. Which, by the way,
Anyway,
is now
yeah, he
on
was a
Cartoon
conductor
Network.
on that show, and so was, if I'm not mistaken, it was the woman that played Frenchie on Grease, Didi Khan.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
She was
Which,
also
Oh,
on that.
really?
With George Carlin.
I didn't know in the
Yeah,
US
she
he
was a-
called it Thomas the Train. What?
Well, it's Thomas Tank Engine.
It
Yeah.
is Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but here he's known as Thomas Train. Yeah.
That's so
I
weird.
remember
Like,
his Tank
why did
Engine.
they change it?
I remember it as Tank Engine, not Train.
There's my cartoon when I was growing up.
Thundercats.
Yeah.
There was Thundercats. There was He-Man. That was like 80s stuff. That was a little bit before my time, but I know.
And
G.I. Joe, Transformers.
I'm just gonna say this now. Speaking of Thomas, that now airs on Cartoon Network, but it's not the series that obviously we're all familiar with. They actually created an animated series, and I saw that, and
Oh
I'm just
my
thinking to
God.
myself,
Mm.
"Oh God, this series is getting worse." Wait, what? What?
I just remembered.
Sunny Time
Uh-oh.
Station. Yes.
I just remembered something. So Thomas
Uh-oh.
the Tank Engine was narrated by Ringo Starr.
That's what I said. Ringo Starr. Yeah.
Oh,
And
did
George
you? Oh,
Carlin,
sorry.
the American version.
Well, Kate remembered it. It's more important when she says it.
Yeah. You got me there, Chris. You
It
got
did,
me there.
Billy. It absolutely did, Billy.
Cartoon.
Like I was trying to say, unfortunately, they've now made an animated series of Thomas, and it's
Oh,
airing on
Voltron.
It's on Cartoon Network, and I saw a clip of it briefly after I was like, they've killed the series. I'm done. I'm just done with this crap. Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I
it
really
doesn't even
hate
have a meaning or message to kids because
No.
like typical of those shows back in the day, they always had a message for kids.
and I hate like this
Doesn't show anything.
3D animated thing. You
My
know,
sister's
like,
laughing at us.
George
George
Carlin.
Carlin, yeah.
George Carlin, yeah, he did the American
Carlin.
version of it.
Yes. And I will say this, like, it's like, I feel like Cartoon Network, like a Nickelodeon, like I said, they'll never be the same again. Like the only show that I loved back then that's still running to this day was SpongeBob, and I've been told it's completely different now.
Yeah.
I remember that when I was little. It's like I cherish those times where I just laughed like crazy at the show, even though SpongeBob is technically a naive man-child. I don't care. The show was entertaining back then.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it's just, I just don't get why they have to make, because it's like they show these shows with the having good
Yes,
intentions,
I
and
will.
they're trying to say this is what these shows were meant to be, but then all of a sudden, all these other crazy people, they take over and they change everything from what it was originally supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right.
CGI Bob the Builder. What the hell?
Oh God,
What is
no!
that?
Did you hear the theory about SpongeBob, where it was like the Bikini Islands, and that's where they did the nuclear blast, and they're all mutants?
Yeah, that's the theory that a fan theory people have about SpongeBob is that it takes place in the Bikini Atoll where all sorts of nuclear testing went on there during the Cold War, and it caused the sea life to mutate into what you see on the show in SpongeBob.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
It's
No,
perfect.
basically, kitty version of Godzilla.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, Godzilla. That was another good cartoon.
Which one though? That's the question.
The old Godzilla cartoons.
Oh, the one from Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, the ones I grew up on.
Late 70s.
Yeah, they weren't really that good now. But growing up, I loved them.
I love Josh's comment.
I know.
Yeah, that's true.
And that became a nightmare on my street.
You know, when I was a kid, they had the greatest cartoons of all time. But we had no Cartoon Network. We had no Nickelodeon.
Saturday morning.
We had three networks, and all three networks played cartoons on Saturday morning.
You know why I sat close to the TV? It's not because I wanted to see it. I was the remote control.
Yeah, exactly.
Close to the TV.
Right. Change it. You know, or you'd flip because your favorites were on like the Super Friends, it was called back then, or Justice League, I can't remember which.
Yeah,
they were
Did
both
you have
cartoons.
the push buttons?
You had to turn the dials, and then you had to futz with the rabbit ears and to make sure it was coming in just right. But my favorite was actually a Jap animation cartoon called Speed Racer.
Oh, Voltron.
Yeah.
Voltron.
Oh yeah, I remember that one too. Ultraman was another good one.
Battle of the Planets, G-Force, whatever you want to call it. Much more violent when you watch the Japanese version of it.
Wow.
Well, they send everything to us and they make it softer.
Yeah.
Because they think we can't take it. You know, all their games they make so that they're easier for us to play, but you go and play the original game, it's much harder. See?
Yeah,
That's
I love
funny.
Looney Tunes growing up.
Oh, here, Nick.
Ed and Eddie.
Yeah,
that's still one of my favorites, and I still watch that to this day.
I was watching Danny Phantom then.
I was just watching, in fact, Don, I'm gonna have to send it to you. I was just watching a clip that was released about a year or 2 years ago of behind the scenes footage of all the voice actors doing their characters. It's so strange. The faces behind, the voice actors themselves.
Right.
And
nice.
How young they were at that time. Like, wow.
Oh, you liked Ed and Eddie's well, Billy? Nice. It's one of the best.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
yeah, I also agree with you. Adult Swim is not as good as it used to be.
No.
Well, it's not as good, but they have. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
That's cool, Joe.
It's got tire. It's like a rubber.
Cool.
Wow.
You're right.
Wow.
Look at that.
It was a complete collection.
Wow.
That's
really
cool.
Impressive, Joe.
Isn't he the one that's got the monkey in the back seat?
Chim Chim. Chim Chim was the monkey's name.
Yep.
I will say this.
And Trixie was his girlfriend.
Trixie was his girlfriend, and Racer X was his brother.
Yep.
He was in Death Battle? Oh, wow.
I will say this.
He
whoever was it brought up about Toonami. I know it's not as good, or Adult Swim is as good as it used to be back anymore, but I'm sure some of you guys know that they had recently made a block that's called Checkered Past, where they're showing some of the older cartoons from the 90s and early 2000s, which is really kind of a nostalgic throwback. And they're just starting up another one called Toonami Rewind, where they're showing some of the old anime from the late 80s and 90s. And the first ones they're starting up with are Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and Naruto.
Dragon Ball Z.
They are trying to do something for a change. It's still not going to be as great, but at least they're doing something.
He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
Wow.
I used to love Animaniacs.
Thundercats.
Oh my God, Thundercats. What's that you got there, Don? Oh, you got Dragon Ball Z.
Complete series.
No,
Full
that's
series.
my kids watch that stuff.
I have to say something. I'm actually kind of disappointed right now. We spent 90 minutes and have not talked about the best part about
Yeah.
I
Hey, we still got
about it.
We're not in a rush.
We have not talked about the music.
Terror time.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Terror time again.
I thought you were talking about the ending, Jeremy.
Well, every part of the show is great, but the music just takes it to a whole nother level.
Yes, it does.
It does. And yeah, I've seen like that's from that band. What was it? Sky Cycle? Yeah, they did that song. And I also like the there was this YouTuber that I sometimes watch. He's a cover artist named Jonathan Young. I liked his version of Terror Time. It was awesome.
Yeah.
My favorite song is "The Ghost Is Here."
I actually have It's Terror Time on my Halloween music list.
Wow.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Oh man, let's see. Trying to.
Can we play it or no?
Unfortunately, it would be copyright. Unfortunately,
It would be copyrighted.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
And
I wish there was-
something else that I do miss about the DVD things is that on here you got the chapter titles.
Oh yeah.
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 You don't get shit anymore on any of these things.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
There's something nice about having a physical. It's like the same with books, isn't it? I can never
Yeah.
get on with e-readers.
Yeah.
Like I have to have the book and
Have to have the physical copy.
yeah.
That's why. Like,
tangible.
that's why I'm always craving to get these those scary stories trivia book. I don't want it on my phone.
Yeah.
I want the actual book itself.
Yeah.
What do you got now?
So,
That's what I'm reading right now.
Oh my! Wait. Oh my God! I can't see
Saints
the
and shadows.
shadows. Saints and shadows.
Vampires were the product of the Catholic Church somehow. I don't know. I haven't got enough into it to know the whole thing yet. But
Hey Chris.
yeah.
Hey Chris. I got you beat. Like as far as physical copies, the best thing I've got right here is this.
Joss, yeah, I knew you were going to bring that up.
Nice.
Yeah, there's the first edition. Yeah. You're what you're looking at right here is a first edition. This was passed down to me by my great aunt. It's still in great condition. I try to maintain it as best as I can. But yeah, you won't find this in any used bookstore.
Right. I'd go find my Hobbit old one, but I don't want to go dig in the library. But
I don't have
Should
books.
keep it in a safe, Don.
I don't read
Oh
books.
yes, I keep it in a safe spot.
and I got the familiar on too.
Chris, there's bananas behind you.
Do what?
My collection.
The thing that's behind you on the shelf, are they little bananas?
Is it
These are
corn?
Dinobots.
Oh, Dinobots.
I was trying to figure out what they are.
Bots. And the big thing is Cthulhu.
And there's like
Oh,
Can't
nice.
quite see Cthulhu.
Oh, okay, cool.
Teletoon. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
remember that.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
that's really interesting.
And then I got my swords here to protect me from it all.
Bro, I got to ask, wait, from the roaches?
Yeah, I don't need protection from them. You do.
Oh here, Sarah.
Nick, I'm going to write a story just for you.
Nope, I don't need to be included. I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Oh, here. Oh
You
here.
got Excalibur?
Oh,
I keep offering to give this to Nick to protect him from the cockroaches, and he keeps telling me
Yes,
no.
please,
There you
send it
Oh,
to
that's
me.
cool.
That'll be my Lucille, like from The Walking Dead.
Hey,
Right.
Exactly.
Hey,
you got
Sarah?
Excalibur over there, Chris?
Do what?
You got Excalibur?
No, but I got the Eye of Thundera in my closet.
nice. Oh here, I love Sarah's comment here. I think all
Excalibur
those
sitting right down
where
here.
all those things are your precious. That's how I feel like this book is. This book right here.
Yes.
I look at this and I just think
My
Only one-
precious.
not like this.
Perfect.
Ace
Perfect.
I feel like Jeremy was going to be like submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society.
Oh.
I call this story Nick and the Cockroaches from Outer Space. Or
I
something.
love that show. Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's a staple for us millennials. Love
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Another old show from our era.
it. Yes.
Can we make that, Nick?
Make
Can we
what?
make it? the episode.
Nick and the Cockroaches.
No.
Yes.
If I was
Sounds like a music video.
Yeah.
You can cockroaches.
if I was running the Midnight Society, I would disapprove of that.
We can let you live.
No,
You'd survive.
I don't have to deal with that.
Nick would get up and like
Does
stamp
Fear
out the
Factor
fire.
still exist?
Wow.
At the very end, he's
Sounds
like
like a
walking
music
away,
video.
and you'd see like a carapace start growing on his back or something.
Nick and the cockroach.
We'll make a new Fear Factor and we'll have Nick as the first contestant. We won't tell him what anything is, and it'll just be a cockroach theme from beginning to end.
Nothing else.
Oh my God.
That's all you got to do if you ever
send
get
the
him in your
line up.
jigsaw, right?
Yep. Each one of us. New assignment for each one of us. Send a box of roll of roaches to Nick's place.
Yeah, Chris and Don, here's some. I got
Hey, audience members too. You're welcome to join in.
Nick's address is
That's
below.
care of Nick Malay at no.
Oh yes, we covered Piranha on the
Yeah,
podcast
yeah.
last year. Yeah, that's Piranha from 1978, directed by Joe
Bless
Dante.
you.
Bless you.
Yeah, bless you. Yeah, we covered that one and the 3D remake from 2010. Yeah, both are
Nice.
good. Yes.
Zombievers.
I never get that 3D thing. I can never figure that out.
Yeah. Well,
You smoke too much.
Most 3D movies are bad.
Yeah, they're not really the best.
Yeah, I feel
Like
it's
in the 13 3D, bad.
That one sucked.
a cheap gimmick. That's all 3D is, just a cheap gimmick.
Yeah,
gimmick.
it never worked for me. You know, I mean, maybe the theater was screwed up. Maybe I didn't have the glasses on right. I don't know.
I don't even remember how they tried to do the 3D in the Amityville series.
Yeah, well, and they did that a lot throughout the 80s because you had
It was a big thing.
Jaws
You had
3D.
Amityville 3D.
Which-
you
Yep.
had
Do
Jaws
we
3D.
even know which one was first?
3D. Huh?
Do we even know which one was first?
What do you mean? Oh, the 3D film?
3D. I mean,
that
first,
was-
you know, it
I don't know
did
which one
Jaws
was.
3D, Friday the 13th 3D.
Jaws 3D.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know which one came out first.
What about the interactive
There's a whole
theaters?
bunch of them, and they were all like horror movies.
According to the
83?
very first 3D film was called The Power of Love back in 1922.
1922?
Oh, I thought.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you meant like which horror film came out in 82, 83.
Wow.
Okay,
I knew it was a long time ago. I couldn't remember
Well,
when.
and I could add to it too. Even
The search here.
a series
You
like
remember that, Chris? You were there?
No.
The first 3D horror film is House of Wax.
I'm
Oh,
not
yes.
quite as old as you, Joe.
I know you're
Wait,
older.
wait. Were you there for that one, Chris?
Yes.
He time traveled.
So that would make you what 117 years old.
No, Nick. He stepped into his DeLorean, brought it up to 88 miles an hour, and he went back.
Don't want to reveal his secret. What are you doing?
I jumped in my hot tub time machine.
I mean,
That was a
even
good
though-
movie.
Well, even
Yeah.
back in the,
I got a kick out of that one.
I was also thinking even
That's,
back
that's
in
a nice
the,
little tidbit there to have on Vincent Price because he was in that movie.
yeah. In fact,
I-
actually, even back in the 40s or 50s, whenever it was, I think
Alive,
even
I remember that.
I think there was like 2 or 3 films that tried to do the 3D effect. Even Three Stooges tried doing it.
Yep. Everyone wanted
Yeah,
it.
I just never got it, I guess, because it just never worked on me.
Right. Oh, hey, guys, we're going into overtime here. We got to wrap this up.
Oh,
Sorry.
there's no
Sudden
overtime.
death. Sudden death.
Great show's not on.
Wait. It's not on tonight?
He's, yeah, the show, you're good. You
Okay.
no longer have a timeline now.
All right. Oh, here, Josh. I wanted to bring up what Josh said here. Said that there was one in the 70s in Bayou, Louisiana, feeding people to his
Eaten
pet
Alive.
Yeah, eaten alive. That had Robert Englund in it before he was Freddy Krueger.
Directed by Toby Hooper.
That's right.
It was 1977, I think that came out.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
Yeah.
I was 4 then, Nick. I
Okay,
was born in
then you know.
73.
Oh, like 4?
Wait.
Oh, I guess I am older than you. I was 10.
Yeah, they did have alligators featured in Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island in that one scene.
Yep.
That was 77 was the same year the king died.
Hey, Lauren's in the house.
All right.
Hey, Lauren.
Oh, especially in Carter sauce. It's been a while. Good to see you.
Yeah, song Terror Time again.
Yes, I love that song. For back. Oh man, that takes me back.
It's too short though. Both songs.
Yeah, they are. They are short. And
They
you
were
know
pretty
what? That's actually whether I associate with Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island or not. That's really the first Halloween song I listened to in the Halloween season begins. Well, one of the first. I got a few others.
Oh yeah,
Lauren was 8 and 77.
Oh. And especially in Carter sauce, yeah. Like I always like that song, and also I like how it's performed by with the way Jonathan Young performed it, like a metal version. Because that's a YouTuber that I've followed for a while now. Him doing his cover music.
Bye, Nick. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Actually, I'll be honest here. I'm going to call Kate out on this one because she turned me on to this one YouTuber who rearranges things and does this medieval sound.
Is it Hildegard von Blingen?
The one that you showed was somebody I used to know. So I would like to see that one do these Scooby-Doo songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because trying to think about ghosts back in the 1500s, that'd be interesting.
SWAT cats?
I'm just
I
going to
remember
say,
SWAT cats.
I never heard of it.
Since everybody's saying how old they were back in 77, I can just say right now, that was 1977. That was when my dad graduated.
You weren't even an inch in your daddy's pants yet.
No, but shh. I was going to say my dad. That was when he graduated high school in 1977.
See?
Wow.
My point.
My parents got married.
I was
My
negative.
parents didn't get married until 1988.
Yeah,
See?
I was negative 15 years. I was negative 15 years old at that time.
Years, I like that.
Negative 15 years. That's all I was.
Thought at that time.
Again, another one that wasn't even an inch in his daddy's pants yet.
None of them were.
Yeah, I was minus 13. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that would make me.
Joe.
Let me think here for a second. That would make me
Negative 14 years. I'm a year old. Yeah, because I'm a year older than you, Nick.
Oh my God! Wait, look what Lauren said. Like, he wasn't even a corn kernel.
Nice. Oh my God.
She's doing math on her phone. See? Oh.
Yeah. Nope, something.
Nick,
I'm not even going to show that one. Damn it!
I got him.
What do you mean, like
I am
corn juice?
not going that. I'm not.
I was
going
about
that
to say
fast.
syrup, wasn't even corn syrup.
What do you mean, like corn juice, like corn syrup? What are they talking about?
I'm not touching that one. I'm not touching that one.
Cockroach juice.
Cockroach juice. That's what you.
No, hell no.
Cockroach juice.
That's actually milk. You get milk from cockroaches.
Oh God,
That's
no!
true.
Oh, no!
Milk comes from cockroaches, Nick. True fact.
I'd rather be a corn kettle.
I have an idea for that episode with Nick and the
There you go.
cockroaches. The cockroach could say, "Nick, I am your father." Like, what?
What was that movie that had a talking cockroach? There was a movie that had a talking cockroach in it.
Joe the
Cockroaches again.
Oh
But
my God.
only Nick can hear
Poor
them
Nick.
because that's his dad, and so he can like communicate with cockroaches.
You gotta force
Oh,
Nick to
they're
watch
actually
Joe
really
the
cute if
Apartment.
you look at them.
Oh God.
Wasn't that Joe's apartment? That was Joe's
Yes.
apartment.
They are.
The talking cockroaches.
Yeah, you gotta force Nick to watch that.
Cute.
Watch what?
Joe's Apartment.
No,
Right.
that-
Yeah, you gotta watch that. That was taken on my
I'm-
life when I had that apartment with my brother.
God damn it.
It was infested.
Nick, do you want to see Australia's biggest cockroach?
No, I don't need to see it.
Don't they hiss?
Yeah.
Wait, we all need to do
Are
it.
they the hissing cockroaches?
All I am saying right now is I am loving this because you guys are giving me story ideas.
Yes.
You know, if only Tom was here, I should be saying, I'll tell you what.
Oh my god.
No!
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get mine. Mine's too bright.
Yeah, it's way.
Oh my
I've
god.
seen those
Turn the brightness down.
Chris, what is your brightness
It
like?
reminded me a lot of
My
the
eyes.
So
Ugh,
in a bad place
that
today.
was gross.
I'll tell
Oh,
you
here.
It was
Men in
not-
Black. Yeah, she's right. Men in Black.
Hey, you know, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what. I'll tell you what.
The
I will
first one.
exterminate all these cockroaches with propane.
Good luck.
I've got an even better idea. So the inside, so Nick is just a shell, and inside the core, there's a cockroach controlling him, like Men in Black.
Damn it,
Yes,
Beavis.
I
And
love
that's
that.
how, like,
Damn it,
Yeah.
Beavis.
I do agree with, so especially in Carter Stars, what they're saying is saying would it be cool if Leon Kennedy and Ashley Graham from Resident Evil 4 were on Zombie Island, but that does happen in Resident Evil 4. They do.
are you right, Joe?
Oh, Joe, are you okay?
You all right, Joe?
Have some water or a beer.
He's
Yeah.
waiting
Well,
on-
It's only bro.
Don't worry about it.
Well, here, especially in Carter Stars saying it would be cool if Leon Kennedy and Ashley Graham from Resident Evil 4 were on Zombie Island, but that's actually what they did do in Resident Evil 4. The game ended on that island.
I don't even know who they are.
Or
Let's see.
chocolate milk.
God damn it.
No, what happened
Yeah.
was it was a big hit from
That's why you have a crunch.
Hey, Nick.
some really good stuff.
Was it chocolate milk?
No, it was chocolate milk.
Yeah.
It was normal milk from a roach.
What's up, Don?
Yeah, Nick. So, in the game Fallout, like how Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, they actually do have giant roaches in there called rad roaches. Rad roaches that have been grown to the size of cats after being
Holy
exposed to radiation.
Wow.
Oh my God, no!
It's true.
And they
Oh my
hiss.
God!
Yeah.
Now I know where not
Like
to go.
Slinky?
They're also huge in Bermuda. They can fly. I don't need to
Yeah.
go to Bermuda now anymore.
I'm good.
What about a cicada, Nick?
You can't come. You won't want to come to me, Nick. 'Cause you find
Yeah, what about a
cockroaches.
cicada? There's like billions supposed to come out soon.
They're already out.
Yeah, they just.
Wait, aren't they-
I've seen reports in the southern part. I didn't thank God not around me yet, but
They're
Hey,
not
have
around
they-
where I am.
I was
You
gonna
have
say,
to
have they
go
come out
like,
yet?
down in
not
Janesville
really,
and
no.
and
Just
pretty
few
close to
patches.
Milwaukee area.
Oh, they're
Several
singing.
cities.
They're singing over here. I mean, not right now, but they're singing.
Holy jeez.
That's a red
Oh,
roach.
it's-
Wait, what am I
Lauren here's
looking
gonna
at?
say, Nick,
What
if
is
you
it?
fall,
Fallout 4.
Nick, if you fall down, is it called cream core?
No, there's another
Can you
reason for calling it
enlarge
that.
I couldn't see.
Hold on.
I just saw somebody in a hat.
Special
Yeah,
agent.
I was saying back there was like a. I'm trying to find a better.
Exactly.
Cicadas are common in Texas, especially at night. I thought they're more daylight, though.
They're
You know,
common here too. You hear them making their little sound, and
even at night.
yeah,
Can
especially at
anybody
night.
make the noise?
Here, Fallout 4.
Oh, God damn it!
And they cost $69 Australian to purchase if you like to buy a cockroach as a pet.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh,
There we go.
Yeah, that's what rad roaches are in Fallout. Yeah, like they're roaches who are they're about the size of dogs.
Can anybody make a cicada sound?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I can't.
I don't
Sorry,
even know
that's
what
not.
they sound like. So.
Well, you know what? Actually, let me play this because.
Oh, I thought
Jared-
Mitt was gonna do it. He was just gonna.
I was trying,
That's
but I was trying, but it's not. It wasn't working out.
There's a
Terry.
lot of them in Milwaukee.
So I'll just pull up it. Terry Wilson, who lives down in Alabama, they already had a lot of them, and she actually did an audio recording of the song.
You know what? I
You're
just
attacking my plants. Oh, man.
about this movie. Mary Kay was not the only one to pass away right after this film was released. The guy named Ed Gilbert also died in 1999, and he was the voice of Mr. Beeman at the beginning of the show.
Oh, really?
Huh.
Yep.
Man.
Was 67 years old and
Not that old.
died of lung cancer.
Ooh,
Oh boy.
Aw.
Oh,
it's a bad way to go.
yes. Cream corn, Nick.
That's why I don't smoke.
So here's your answer.
Sounds like a horror movie.
It does.
It has like this unearthly kind of sound to it. And this is down in Alabama. This was before we got them. And they were
I think they sound peaceful, but I'm used to them.
Yeah, they're obviously making Alabama their sweet home.
We don't Alabama.
Look them up when they crawl out of their shell, Nick. Not
I've
what they
seen
look
it.
like, but the empty shell. I think it looks so cool.
Oh, we got dozens of
Oh, okay.
shells on our
Okay.
There's so many empty shells out there. It's insane.
Yeah.
There was a I actually did see. I wanted to see the whole thing unfold, but I had to go to work. But we stopped at a tree where there were all these cicadas on, and one was just molting out of its shell. Like it had that bright white look to it first.
Yeah.
And that was my first time ever seeing it molting from a larva into an adult. But again, we couldn't watch the whole thing because I had to go to work that day.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy up in. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. Go ahead. Finish.
No, just reading this. They had an EF2 tornado near Temple, Texas, flew the skyline at the mall. Texas has been really hit hard by tornadoes.
Yeah,
they are.
There's a guy in Springs, and he takes the cicada shells and he makes like different things out of them.
Oh, really?
Like figures, and I'm always afraid because they're so delicate. I'm afraid I'd buy one.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, when I was walking today, there was like a few on the pavement, and my daughter hates bugs, so she was freaking out. And I was like, "It's fine." I was like, "If one falls on us right now, like from the tree, because I'm always worried it's going to fall down."
Yeah, for some reason, Florida's not getting them. Georgia is, but not Florida.
Weird.
Georgia.
Georgia.
But they're not that bad in my area.
Hurricanes.
It must be other
Yeah, that's
areas.
true.
They're not horrible here yet.
Yeah, they've been flying all over the place. Fortunately, we haven't got any in the house yet, but
No.
they're definitely here though. They're all over the place.
I can hear them outside right now.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't have anywhere I am really.
Yeah,
like,
we got those black cicadas. We got those black ones now.
See, I was surprised to even hear them singing today because when I
That's their mating call.
Well, no, when I woke up this morning, it was actually quite cold. It was kind of cold, and I thought that's kind of weird. How are they still out if it's because that's not normally the typical temperature for the seasonal cicadas.
Oh man,
yeah, that would be disgusting.
Yeah, that's why I've been hearing out here is frogs and coyotes.
We have those too.
Yep.
And I gotta worry because we haven't had. I've lived out here 9 years now, and I only heard one lone coyote in that 9 years, and I've been hearing more this year. So it's like, yeah. So when I let my dog out at night, and she'll be the type to try to kill them because it's in their nature.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Siberian Huskies are known. They will
protect
kill coyotes to protect their territory.
Yeah, I just saw a coyote earlier this week. It had a rabbit in its mouth.
Oh, yeah, and we got rattlesnakes here too.
Rabbits good food.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna give a
rattlesnake.
Where are you at?
Colorado.
Oh. Well.
I'm gonna just give just a quick piece of advice because, like what Special Agent Carter said about molten cicada shells are disgusting. Two things. That's why, because Don, hey, you've been in my house. You've been in my house. Obviously, we got a pool. That's why we're not filling it up yet because we don't want all these dead cicadas in it. But secondly, I got it. For those that don't know, here's a little advice. I got a little advice when it comes to all these dead. I got some advice for all these dead cicadas and also the shells. Basically, they're saying like if you find a whole bunch of them on the ground, you actually want to leave them where they are, especially if they're in the soil because they create nutrients for the soil. Basically, it's feeding the earth. So if you come across any dead ones like on your property, don't clean them up because they actually have a beneficial side to them.
Yeah. Here they normally do it on trees. So it's
Yeah,
weird.
legal on trees too, because that too provides nutrients for trees. Again, it's just
And
a sensible way of
birds.
feeding the earth.
My dog will eat him if he finds them, but it's weird. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
birds too. Yeah.
Oh
Hey,
god.
jewelry.
Can you imagine?
No way.
God, oh,
That's what that one dude does in
Disgusting.
spring.
Hang on 1 minute.
oh, geez, Nikki, what do you got now?
Oh
Oh, yeah.
jeez.
Oh, geez, Rick.
Oh yeah, everybody's been saying that, like on the comments, saying that the second movie, Return to Zombie Island, is terrible, and
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna see it.
You
It's
got it, Jeremy?
yeah, I get it. It's Scooby-Doo.
You actually have that? Oh my
He has it.
That's the best excuse ever, though, Jeremy. Because it's Scooby Doo. Of course, I bought it.
I gotta say,
If it's Scooby-Doo, it's on my shelf.
No, don't bother with
Yeah.
it's one of those cartoons that really stands the test of time.
This is not a particularly good Scooby-Doo show. It's definitely not the worst, I'll tell you that. There a couple of the others that have come out after this one, bad.
A little
Yeah.
worse.
Same.
It's not the worst, but it's not necessarily the best. The storyline on this one, I feel, completely undermined the original.
it did.
Yeah. It basically took it back to nothing is supernatural.
Oh.
That's what they went with, and some of the other stuff that they
Gotta
did
be animatronic.
is,
It's all
yeah,
Or a
about
mask.
They-
Only
they-
Tom,
they-
only Thomas here. It's all about
It's a
Jamal.
really good mask.
they could do so much better, but they
See, if
did.
only Tom was here, I would have said it's all about geometry.
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 Nick, we have a
I'm
kids
so
band called the
glad.
Cockroaches in Australia.
Wait, what? What was that?
We
Nikki?
have a band called the Cockroaches. We have a band in Australia that was in the 1980s called the Cockroaches, known as the Wiggles.
Oh my god!
The Wiggles were the cockroaches.
The Wiggles were originally what?
They're
not even gonna
they're
ask.
cockroaches.
Apparently.
Oh,
I am not even gonna ask.
You don't know who the Wiggles are, Nick?
Wiggles were like a little bit after my time. Like my little cousins were watching that when they were little.
Okay, that's fair then.
This one here felt more like a B movie than anything else.
I've never even heard their music, and do I really want to?
Same here, Agent Garza's.
I said that too earlier. Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know the Wiggles were still alive.
Are they still performing?
Oh boy, they did
Right.
really, really terrible. The Wiggles.
Oh my god!
The Crayon people.
oh my god.
An Australian
That-
pub rock
Random
band.
people again.
Nick, can you put me on big screen?
Oh my god.
Yeah, hold on. Okay.
Anthony Stewart.
They're it's a little pixelated.
Oh, there they
that's
are, though.
Cockroaches rock.
Anyway,
It's actually a show called.
Australian pub rock band.
Anthony Field, Blue Wiggles.
Wow.
Okay, you can take me off now.
Here, this is what everybody's talking about here.
The cockroaches, also called the cockies.
I've never heard of that version before.
Jonathan Young.
I've never heard of that version.
Copyright hit.
Yep, copyright. I gotta stop that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, careful there, Don.
Yeah, but that was Jonathan Young, and he's one of my favorite cover artists on YouTube. He does all kinds of metal covers, and he's good. He's real good.
Does he just do covers metal songs, or does he take other songs and make metal versions?
Metal versions of the songs. Yeah,
Bless you.
he's done. Oh yeah, he does metal versions of other songs. He's done that with Disney music. He's done that with cartoons. He's done theme songs. He does all kinds of things. You should check out his work.
I can just about imagine now a metal version of
Bless you.
Ghostbusters.
Oh, now that would actually be awesome to hear.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be
would like to
cool.
see him do that. Let's see. He also did the metal version of the Pokemon theme with the original singer Jason Page.
Oh my God!
He got him on that.
Wow.
Yeah, he did. He got him on that. The original one.
Holy
Cool.
cow!
Yes. Who sang
Nice.
the metal cover that you played? That was Jonathan Young. He's a YouTuber. He's a cover artist.
Nice.
I don't know. No, it wasn't the same guy. No, I was thinking of somebody else who did a cover. No, it's definitely not the same person. I don't remember his name, but he did a metal cover of Blinding Lights from who am I thinking of?
That
you know
one
who I'm
person.
talking about, right? No, you know what I'm talking about, right, Don?
I believe so.
That song Blinding Lights.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember who that is.
The Weeknd.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
He
was the
did-
weekend.
What's funny was this guy, I think originally was from India, and he performed like all these different songs that he recorded in his native language, except that one. That one he sung in English. It was I've been trying to look for that version ever since because it was like a true rockin' metal cover.
Rock and metal.
Nice. I meant the voice. Oh,
Cool.
even slowed
See,
it.
Oh, wow,
Oh,
that's awesome.
Well, the first
Wow.
time.
well, the first part of the sentence was, but the rest of it, wow, that's depressing,
An edited poster. No enthusiasm. Yeah.
man.
Jeez.
Maybe he's having a bad day.
I guess.
Hopefully. Bye, Nick.
No, Nick disappeared again. The roaches got him.
just took off.
The roaches got him.
Isn't that a scary thing?
Yeah.
All of a sudden comes right into the screen and gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talk about 3D effects.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I have to go now, but thank you for having me
Oh no
on the show.
problem.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
Kate.
it.
Thanks for
Yeah,
I'm
we're
gonna
Bye,
give you a
Kate.
heart.
Down to 3%.
No, you
Wait,
gotta
you know
do
what? Do it. You know, this just gave me an idea. Hey, can you do that one more time? But let's do it on full screen for once, because we've never seen you do it full screen.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Gotta
for
do this one.
watching.
There you go.
Good to have you, Kate.
And this one as well.
Yeah, that one too.
Ah, damn it. Here we go.
Does it work? Will it work? Oh, there it goes.
That is awesome.
Love that one.
Fireworks.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Fireworks
fireworks.
is this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez, here we go again.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, jeez.
Man, that is awesome. You know,
Oh,
Ian,
man.
you definitely have to do that when we have our 4th of July special.
Yeah. It's
For
a
sure.
promise.
Promise.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Bye.
that's great.
And then
It's,
there were 6.
Oh yeah. So yeah, but guys, I think let's be where we're gonna wrap this up because I gotta wake up early tomorrow. But
Yep.
yeah.
Cool.
Wait, I gotta check. Wait, what did Agent Carson say? Posted with
4th of July.
Badass.
it is. Oh,
Oh. And Buffy.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Oh, there. I would love to see Scooby-Doo and the gang team up with Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And gang.
I actually would see him more tagging with Ash and the gang for me. Ash versus Evil Dead.
well, come on.
That
Buffy
actually-
calls her crew the
That would
Scoobies.
actually be more
Come on.
interesting.
I want to see them team. I want all of them to team up with the Losers Club.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Nice.
take me down if you can, Scooby.
We all float
We
down.
all float down there. Yes, we do.
Can you imagine doing Shaggy when they see the deadlights and all of a sudden they start floating up in the thing?
Would you do it for one Scooby snack?
That'd probably be the only thing to snap them out of it is a Scooby snap.
Yeah, there you go.
Or 3 or 4.
I could literally, I could picture that right now as you said that, Jeremy.
Yes.
It almost looks like they're being beamed up by a UFO or something, but it's actually the
Oh,
deadlights.
well, Scooby's up there. His mouth is open, so Freddy starts throwing Scooby snacks at him, hoping one gets in his mouth and one does it.
Or he just pops. He just appears like it just pops his head like outside the manhole, be like, "Hiya, Shaggy."
All off. To top it all off, Pennywise turns into a cockroach.
No. I got a better idea.
Next turn into
Imagine
cockroaches.
if Pennywise wanted to give Scooby a balloon filled with Scooby snacks.
Would you like a balloon, Scooby?
That'd
Don't
be the
you
way
want
to
a
get him.
balloon with Scooby snacks in it?
Yeah.
How about a red balloon?
How about 2 balloons with Scooby snacks?
That would be the way to get him.
Too good.
Yeah.
See,
Except he wouldn't be grabbing it by his legs. He would be grabbing him by the tail.
Yep. The Scooby snacks float, and if you have them, Scooby, you'll float too. You'll float too.
Freaking awesome.
Oh, that is awesome.
Somebody has got to make that.
Hey, you know what? We can make it. You write the stories, we'll make the movie.
Well, I can write the stories, yeah, but
That's why I said you can write the story. Don and I can make a movie.
Story, I want to be able to release it.
Yeah. Hey, we'll have it animated, and I'll voice Pennywise.
There you go.
And as far as me, I don't know what I'll be acting yet. we'll talk
cockroach.
No, there's no cockroaches involved. We'll talk about it later.
Hey, Nick, Pennywise does expose your darkest fears, so yes, there will be roaches. Sorry. Sorry.
I think that was the finger hitting that black, wasn't it, Nick?
You know the old saying, have Nick, will Roach.
Yes. All right.
Beef stick Nick to the rescue.
Yeah.
Damn it, Beavis.
Yeah. So
Damn it, Beavis.
So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up here, but so I agree with a lot of what people say that this actually is the best Scooby-Doo movie of all time. You know, like
I like it.
Oh yeah, definitely far better
liked it.
than those live action ones. I was not a big fan of those.
Definitely one of the darkest.
Oh yeah,
Good soundtrack too.
Oh, yeah, it is the absolute darkest of all that they have done. But it set off. It set off a good shit. I can't even think of the word.
I've done that a couple times.
That's happened to me too.
I think he's had too many Scooby snacks.
It was a great start to a new series that they were doing.
There you go.
Because for the next 3 or 4 films after this, it was legitimate monsters, and then they went back to the bad guys in masks.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think the only other one that was as equally dark is like what Billy said. It was The Witch's Ghost. I think those were probably the two. I guess you can kind of say the 2 darkest films. Yeah,
they were. Yep.
Yeah, The Witch's Ghost, because in that one, it's suggested that the warlock does die in the end of the movie.
Yeah, or at least imprisoned. Yeah, forever.
Oh yeah.
Might as well have been killed.
Yeah, probably definitely died either way, nonetheless.
Yeah. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this edition of the FearFans podcast. Subscribe to my channel, the Things Network, to Nick's channel. Subscribe to us all. But next week I've been wanting us to cover something that has caught my attention very recently, and it is Abigail. Yes, because
love that movie,
and I'll tell you exactly why. Because I'm planning on setting up a watch party for it on this coming Sunday so that all everyone can get caught up, because I now have a digital copy.
Oh, did you like it? Or have you watched it?
Cool.
I liked it. I saw it in theaters before I got the digital copy. I saw
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh yeah,
I loved it.
Oh, you've
I've seen it
it.
twice now.
Nice.
nice. So yeah, Sunday I'm gonna remind everybody in the group chat on here that Sunday we'll be covering it. I just got to figure out the time because I know Kate said that she had to go somewhere at around 2. Yeah, but we'll figure this out.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
talking originally like in the morning, but
Like that.
yeah, you were talking originally like in the morning, but I can't do it because I'll be at work then still.
Okay. Yeah, we'll figure out we'll figure out a way to bring Kate up to speed. We'll
Well,
figure
it's not only just Kate. Like I said, I mean, for me, like I said, you said before 11 a.m., I'll still be at work then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah. I'll group message everybody about a time. We'll figure this out.
Yeah, I get off at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Don't need to know that, Nick.
Well,
Yeah,
he
maybe-
does, maybe not you.
Maybe we'll stick to our original 2 o'clock time. Yeah, and I'll find some way to bring Kate up to speed.
Doesn't matter to me. As long as I'm home and I got no plans,
What time's that my time?
I'll be here all day.
Abigail?
No, she's asking what time. That's
Oh, what
2
time?
o'clock.
What time?
Yeah, that's 2 o'clock our time. So for Nikki, that's going to be.
I just have to search.
Are you looking it up? Are you looking it up, Jeremy? Or I thought.
Okay. Nikki,
Yeah, what?
what time is it for you right now?
$11:40 a.m.
Ooh.
on a Wednesday.
So you are 12 hours ahead of me, 13 hours ahead of these guys. So if you guys are looking at 2 p.m., it'll be 3 a.m. for her.
Oh, geez, that's going to be the middle of the night for her.
Oh. Yeah. Well,
So, unless she wants to have a long night,
It's all right.
she may end up sitting this one out.
Well, I mean,
we'll figure something out.
well, keep in mind, I mean, we've had
Yeah.
Lois come on the show, and it's like 3 a.m. over there for her when she comes on this one.
Right.
Yeah, but 2 o'clock for
Yeah.
you guys is
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll get the speed.
Yeah, that's in here. Yeah.
All right.
Feel
So
good. We'll figure it out.
yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed this edition of the FearFans podcast. Can't wait for next week.
Thank you. It was fun.
Oh yeah. Thanks for joining us on this, Chris. Great having
Yep, it was nice meeting you.
you. Good. Nice meeting you as well. So
See ya.
hope you guys enjoyed. Have a
Nice
good night.
meeting you too. And enjoy cockroaches.
Enjoy the
God
road.
damn it!
Enjoy the road.